And y'all are in for a special treat today, my darling. Yes! I'm super excited because there's a lot of positive vibes and positive energy in this room with me right now. And so without further ado, I'm going to ask these ladies, my special guests, if they will be kind enough to please introduce themselves. Ladies.
Hey y'all, hey, what's good? My name is Janae.
What's good, everybody? My name is Tiffany.
What's good? I'm Leticia.
What's good, y'all? My name is Shannon.
What's good? I'm Tasha.
And y'all, these ladies is what I refer to as the sister squad. These are my girls. They have held me down over the years. They've held me up. They've had my back, and they hold a very, 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 very special place in my heart, each and every one of them. Respectfully, I've known them for different amounts of time, and they did not know me before they did not know one another. They actually met through me, and from us coming together, we have now formed what I call a sisterhood. We laugh together sometimes, we cry together sometimes, we pray together sometimes, we vent, but no matter what, it's been consistent, and we've had each other's back. So today, our topic is no other than girl codes. Hey, out the gate, we're going to be talking about these girl codes. Because what I have found, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this, ladies, is what I found is there's a lot of women that say, I don't do women. I keep my circle small. I don't, they funny acting. And some of that may be true. But at the same time, I would like to say, take a look at yourself, sis, because again, this is a group of amazing women, strong, powerful in their own right, boss women, if you will, yes, and have been able to come together. We've been in each other's houses. We come support each other with our children's events, July events, holidays. Our spouses and companions and partners know each other. We hang out, and y'all didn't even know each other before. So how does that even happen, right? So we're going to talk about girl codes today. Y'all good with it?
We good.
Y'all cool? Y'all ready?
Let's go.
So let's get it. Let's grow. So out the gate, we know girl codes is essentially rules to the game as relationship with women that you just don't cross these lines. You just don't cross these boundaries because it's respect for the other woman. And I liken ourselves to be thoroughbreds, solid in real life. And so today we're going to spend a little time lacing boots and help y'all out a little bit. For those of you who know or may not know, but what a good friend consists of, what a solid friend consists of, and what it takes for you. Because I'm a firm believer that in order to have a good friend, you have to be a good friend. So girl codes, I'm going to get it started. This is easy. And I need y'all help. Out the gate. Easy one. You don't talk about nobody and you ain't telling nobody business.
Okay.
So if Tiffany says something to me, it's not Janae's business, it's not Tasha's business, it's not Shannon's business, it's not Tasha's business. For me, as a therapist, I know a lot of secrets and I'll never tell them. But as a woman, if I take something to my sister or my friend, it stays between us and it stays in confidence. Y'all agree?
Absolutely.
Yes.
But if it doesn't, then what's the rule? What's the cutoff game look like? How is that handled if you have someone that breaches that girl code?
I just think, that's just something that is instilled in you. Like, my first friends were my cousins. So I grew up knowing that girl code. I had an older sister, so she laced my boots, as you would say.
Yeah.
Young. So I knew, like, what we discuss stays in this circle. So, and if I hear it, it's going to be me and you.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of one of those things that stay with you and you grow and you just kind of, it develops over time, in my opinion.
I'll tell you one thing that, like, I'm good for throwing out testers. Because, sometimes when you meet people, again, we've all known each other for different amounts of years. But when you meet people, sometimes like trust has to be earned. But in some regard, in some instances, we also give them our trust, and then we give them the test to see how they handle it, right? So if I tell you something, I might just see, because I might be in a moment where I'm vulnerable, and you're present, right? And so we have a conversation, and I'm like, hey girl, this is what's going on. And it might just be a test to see how you handle it. One thing that I can say amongst these women, for sure, that I've, even outside of our relationship and our friendship, have not ever heard any of them come back and tell me something that another friend has told them. That's solid. It's not my business, right?
It's girl code.
What else? What else we got, y'all?
Well, just to kind of go off what you just said when it comes to, confiding in a friend. One thing that me and my good friends, because again, when it's multiple people that is in the group and they're all good friends, you may just see that one person and, you guys talk about a certain situation. Mm-hmm. So then when you guys get together back in a group or whatever, I think it's up to that person that talked about whatever the situation was to open it up to the entire group if, they want everybody to know about it.
Absolutely.
So for me, that's how, if everybody in the group knows about it, that's how it came about. That person, that talked about the situation needs to open up to everybody about it, not the person that they told.
Absolutely.
And that's definitely part of the girl code as well, even though it's a group of friends that's been together for years. It's still that person that needs to open it up and talk about it versus the friend that they told the secret to.
So we
that's
together,
definitely a code.
You don't share something with me, we get with the group, right? We still hot and heavy carrying whatever that was we just talked about, but we get with the group. I ain't saying nothing. Now, if you say, man, let me tell y'all about what happened, that's different. Now, it's community information.
Exactly.
But even still, to that point, Tiff, it stays within this group.
Right.
And it's an unspoken respect that we have. So it's one of those, like, what's understood don't need to be explained type of situations. Right. But I absolutely agree with that, a 1,000,000%. I would take us, because we've all hung out together in the club. We've gone out, we've had good times, restaurants or whatever. But one other thing is that we go together.
We leave together.
We leaving together. Right?
Yes. And we texting when we get home.
And we texting when we get home. Like, when you get home, text me. Let me know that you got home. And if you don't, we will call somebody out. Like, where you at? Where you at, Tasha? Where you at, Tiff? Where you at, Shannon? And I just got home. Okay, good. Then we know everybody's at home. But if we come together, we leaving together. That's just what we gonna do.
Period.
What else y'all got?
But to go back to what you were saying about, like, you throw out testers and stuff.
Yes, ma'am, and I do.
I mean, that's a big thing. You trusting your friend to keep that information that you're sharing just with her, and then come to find out, now, say I tell you, Kamika, something, and then Tasha comes to me and be like, girl, and I'm like, dang, like I wasn't ready to tell everybody.
Absolutely.
So then it's kind of like, okay, I don't know if I can trust Kamika now. So like you said, I mean, it's a big test, and you got to have that trust with your friend. That's girl code. You got to be trustworthy. You got to be loyal.
Absolutely.
And that goes off of what you stated about in order to be a friend.
Yeah.
In order to have friends, you have to be a good friend.
Absolutely.
So I could say with this group of girls, I don't hang with them all the time, but it's like when we come together, I don't mind, sharing and talking, because I don't see this group going back and saying, hey, and then it's not like nobody knows me, but it's like, I feel comfortable sharing it, even though I didn't grow up with these women, I've grown to, love these women. So,
y'all hear that? That's so sweet. That's sweet. Absolutely. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all friends with any of my friends, I don't like y'all in real life. These are my friends. I'm so possessive, it don't make no sense. And they will tell you, these are my girls, but I will ride to the end for every single last one of them. They call me baby. I'm showing up. No hesitation.
I mean, that's another thing. Like if we don't communicate, like me and you don't communicate every single day, but when you do call me, I'm there for you. Or
Absolutely.
if I'm calling you, then you're going to be there for me. So
Absolutely.
It's not about like, oh my God, I haven't talked to Kamika every single day, or we haven't hang out. Like, all of us haven't hung out. We were just talking about this earlier since like December.
Yeah.
But we hung out for Juneteenth, me and Kamika.
Yeah.
So we still good with that. Like it doesn't matter like every single day, but be there when we need
But
to be
it
there.
was an open invitation for everybody.
They respectfully declined the show.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to add to what you were saying because I'm the newest kid on the block, and I feel like I was a little intimidated to come and meet everybody because I never have met a group of women who it was all positive energy. There was no side looks, no judgment. And so I'm really grateful that I'm a part of the group because I don't think that it's normal. Like, and a lot of people can't say that there's all these women, and sometimes there's more than this, and we just all get along. There's no judgment, and it's all love.
It is. If anything, to the extent like if something was to happen with one and we knew about it, like we're gonna show up just out of being a pure, genuine, type of person. You're gonna show up and make sure that they're good. Look, I want to get a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So, dating, right? If your girl, or if you, let's say that if you dated somebody, at what point is it cool for your girl then to double back and date and deal with somebody that you did?
Ever. It's unspoken. that you know.
Thank you. Unspoken.
Yeah.
So she can't never date somebody that you dealt with. You married them with them with your life.
You asking in the beginning. You gotta ask in the beginning because that is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna make that choice, but don't tell me, months down the line, hey, I was with your girl. No, I'm not going for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you in the beginning so I can make my choice.
You
in
know
the
her?
beginning.
You know her?
Yeah. Okay. this is my core. Do you know this, and this? If you don't, we good.
Yeah.
And your friend
But-
should never be able to put herself in a predicament to catch or any type of feelings like that. You already know I'm crushing on him, so no, you don't need to be around him,
Yeah, he off
texting him,
limits.
nothing.
He's off limits. We ain't
Yes.
doing none of that.
No.
Okay, so that's single life. Now, what if you observe, like, your married friends, because we got a couple married ladies in this group, right? Shannon's like, me! And the two in the front, right? That's okay. We're on our way. The rest of us are on our way. Okay. Don't judge us. This is a safe place. This is a safe place.
Yeah, I'm not married.
Right. There we go.
Not yet.
But if I was to ever catch one of my friends, guys, out,
That part.
baby, y'all need to know your girl is gonna blow up the spot. I'm messing up the church's money, and it's gonna be a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna need everybody to just do what they're supposed to do. But again, going back to girl codes, in that sense, it's not about being messy. But if I genuinely don't observe anything, I'm not like, oh, girl, trying to like guess who I saw. Like, we ain't doing none of that. We too grown for that. I'm too old for that. But if I catch him slipping, slippers count, baby.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it take a village, like, so you got to deal with me first, and then when you get home, you got to do it with your wife. So, yeah, to me, that's another code.
Loyalty.
That's just
But
another
we should
code.
be all cordial enough. If something was to happen, I should be able to come to you and say, hey, I've seen this or this, without you getting mad.
Absolutely.
If we real friends, hey, whether you believe me or not, I'm going to tell you.
Absolutely.
We got to have them hard conversations and be okay with doing that. I mean, that's part of girl code. You're going to have them hard conversations. You ain't going to like everything I say, or I might not like everything that you say.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to tell you the truth and the real.
Yeah. So, I'm going to have a transparent moment. And yes, I'm going to be a little vulnerable for a moment. And each one of these ladies, we've had our little dissension. Every single one of them individually. Saying it nicely. And it was funny the night that we acknowledged that. I think it was Tiff that we were going around. And we're like, how long have you known Kamika? And how did you meet Kamika? And then she was like, girl, but me. And then somebody else was like, girl, me too. Somebody else was like, girl, me too. I'm like, y'all making me seem like a bad
You
person.
gotta go through stuff. And like, if you ain't never been through something with your friend, something wrong.
I mean, yeah,
That's real life.
I do. But I think it's still how you handle the situation.
For sure.
It's a matter of respect. But if you all are really friends and you value the relationship, if that person is value added, and then I'm going to go there too. I hear oftentimes when I'm talking to clients, what I give to people, I don't get back from them. It's not reciprocated. I overextend myself, because I rock with them. I'm loyal, but they don't show up for me the same way that I show up for them. I can't say that about these women. I remember I was in the hospital. I was about to die. You remember when I was about to die in the hospital?
We do.
When I tell you this one had my location, she was like, "What you doing at the hospital?" These two, I wasn't answering the phone.
We coordinate. What time you going? Okay, I'm going this time. You going that time. Okay, we got it.
I was sick. I couldn't answer the phone. Next thing I know, Tiffany's walking through the door. Danae's like, "What you want to eat?" So all of that speaks to, and over the course of time, you build respect, you build love, you build trust, empathy, loyalty for one another. But it's always been consistent, no matter what. I was with Tasha the other day. I was like, "Girl, we went swimming, girl." And we had a great time. We vibe really good, right? All the time. We have each other's back. But what other girl codes? What other codes be out here that people just don't be respecting and breaking?
The dating.
What? Like what? Call it out. This is a safe place.
That's kind of hard, you know.
What you mean? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
And Tasha, we know what you mean. Like you said, you know, it's a girl code. If I dated somebody and we were serious, I was into that person.
Yes.
It's off limits to let you come to me and talk to me.
No, it's still off limits.
Well, yeah, okay.
Certain ones. Certain ones.
She said you come talk to me.
Certain ones. You know, if somebody, you know, a little doo-wop or whatever, hey, you be more than welcome. If you want to get serious,
Not a
we can have that conversation. But
doo-wop.
there's certain ones that are definitely off limits. Especially if you my girl or you family.
They all off limits.
They off limits.
If we had any kind of anything, no go.
So let me ask you, how would y'all handle a situation if you heard somebody talking about me?
What you mean?
Like if somebody was somewhere
Talking
and
about
somebody
me in
was
derogatory.
yeah, in a negative context.
You check it.
I'm gonna say,
Yes.
have you talked to that person about this situation?
No, we're talking about me though.
Okay, so have you talked?
I'm a whole nother
Have
situation.
you talked to Kamika about this? Okay, if you haven't, that's something you need to address, and if you don't, I will.
And that's the conversation I actually just had with my daughter, talking about, like, she said somebody came to her and said that somebody was talking about her. I'm like, if that was your friend, first of all, she's supposed to be like, okay, stop.
She shut it down.
Yeah, that's if, you know, we can call this person on the phone all together. If you have something to say, then we need to say it. But yeah, you gotta shut it down. You gotta defend your friend. If she's another friend of your friend and she's talking about your friend, then you know when you go somewhere else, she's probably talking about you as well. So they ain't really your friend. But you gotta definitely shut that down right then and there.
Absolutely.
And say, no, we ain't doing that. You know, she's my friend. If you got a problem, then we can address it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My thing in that situation is what would make a person feel like they comfortable enough to even
Talk to me about
be
my
around
friend.
y'all. Like my thing is like y'all don't know Kamika crazy in real life. Like
real
y'all don't
life.
really know Kamika crazy. Don't let this fool y'all. She crazy in real life. But what would make a person feel like they just comfortable? Because I'm gonna check it out the gate. Automatic. There's no I'm gonna sit and listen to it. Like, oh girl, I was just trying to get the information so I can bring it back to you. Nah, sis, we ain't doing none of that. Matter of fact, hold on, let us call her right now. Where you at? We can handle this real quick and easy. Like,
But people aren't on the same, level. So some people move a certain kind of way, and you just kind of got to look and what make you do that? So
you
You
wasn't
gotta take
raised
that
right.
grain of
Like, I hate to say
That's
people
what
weren't
makes me
raised
rethink
right.
my friendship with you.
that part.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
if you move that kind of way, I mean, what you saying about me?
Absolutely.
So that's
Yeah.
what, starts that thinking, you showing your true colors.
Every girl ain't your friend. You have many associates.
Honey.
Many associates that are
Hold on.
work people, all of that, but
Let
no.
me tell you, all this, that's my sis, and y'all ain't real sisters, and that's my cousin, and y'all ain't real cousins, and just be claiming people, then y'all mad. Like, hold on, I thought y'all, I'm confused. I really thought y'all was sisters in real life. You mean to tell me y'all ain't sisters? But I want to say that all of us have girls. All of us have daughters. And I call it lacing boots. What is one of the most valuable, because I don't play with my daughter. When she was younger, and she's 17 now, but I remember a time years ago, I heard her on the phone just being engaged, listening to some drama. Hey, let me holler at you for a minute. We don't do that. Let me tell you how we handle this situation and how you stay out the situation. So what's a lesson when you think about lacing your daughter's boots and you think about girl codes and raising them to be a woman of ethics and values and standards? What you teaching your daughter, Tiffany?
Well, I would definitely say for me, I'm a big person about leading by example. So basically, I'm not going to tell you something that I'm not going to do. I'm going to show you and tell you. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite about any type of situation. And with me, you know, it all depends on the level that you're at with your child, their age, you know, all of that. But my daughter's at the age where I'm comfortable to tell her about different experiences that I went through. So she can at least know, well, dang, my mama went through that, and you know, this is how she handled it, and you know, the way she handled it, whether it was a good or a bad situation, she can learn from my mistakes. Because I told her about a story that, you know, happened to me, you know, as I was growing up. So again, my biggest thing is, you know, you always have to have a connection, you know, with your kids and meet them where they are. Like, we might look at things and be like, oh, no, you know, not my daughter, you know,
Girl.
she ain't doing this, no, she ain't doing that. You don't know what your child is doing until you actually sit down and have a conversation. Like you said, you may overhear something. But again, you have to, you know, meet them where they are and, you know, have those open conversations, because if you don't, they're going to be having it with somebody else and making the wrong choices and the wrong decisions.
Absolutely.
So again, you just have to be that parent that's upfront, that's honest, and able to talk about your experiences, or somebody you grew up with that may have had, you know, various different experiences.
Absolutely.
But that's what makes a difference, you know, for my child is, you know, me being open and not trying to, you know, make it seem like, oh, I'm perfect, you know, I've never been through this, or, you know, whatever situation. Be honest, be
Absolutely.
open, give them realistic, you know, situations, and you know, just let them develop, you know, from that point. But you got to be honest and just communicate.
Absolutely transparent. But to that point, I've also known that you have to be careful what you tell your children.
Oh, for sure.
So while we're intentional and we're proactive to have conversations, because I know what we talked about before, and I would love to do an episode on things I wish my mama would have told me, baby, or even things I wish my father would have told me, baby. So what we try to do is take that approach with our girls, especially in this generation, and say, this is how you handle this situation, and this is what you don't do in this situation, because we're raising young ladies of integrity and young ladies of, you know, caliber, quality, you know, and we expect for them to handle themselves in a certain way when they're in public, because if they don't, who is that a reflection of?
Right. That's what I say all the time. Yes, I say that all the time. You are a reflection of me
in real life.
So this is how you need to carry yourself.
In real
And
life.
you gotta understand, when you dealing with kids, you gotta let them know nobody's perfect. I'm not expecting you to be perfect.
Absolutely.
But I am expecting this. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't, you know, set expectations and, you know, be consistent and, you know, make sure that their kids are staying consistent with that, because it's so much that's out there. And again, you just have to parent. You know, period. The hard, you know, the good, the bad, you just gotta parent.
And you don't give up on your child.
Yeah.
So we know how we raised, you know, I have 3 boys and 1 girl. We're 2 men, a daughter and a son. But how I raised my boys and the conversations I have with my boys is going to be different than my conversation that I have with my daughter.
For sure.
Because we understand we've lived a little. And I'm getting off topic, but I'm going to digress. But to think, when they try things, I'm like, baby, I can really teach you how to do it if you really want me to. If you really want to do it, I can teach you how to do it. But what else? What's something else that y'all, you know, is important enough for you to pass on to your daughter, really lacing her boots on? Think.
Speaking up for yourself. I mean, so each kid is different.
Yeah.
I know for myself, my child is very, very quiet. And sometimes she just lets pass. And I'll be like, you're not going to say nothing? You literally, you have to speak up for yourself. Because if you don't, you know, depending on what type of group you're around, people going to run over you. So, you know, I always taught my daughter that.
And I think that's true still, going back to the girl codes, that if I have a friend who is not as vocal as me, if somebody's, you know, trying to be disrespectful,
Advocate for that person, yeah.
Tasha already know, like, I have no problem.
Who?
Not to say that you
that
can't.
Me and you.
You said what to who? Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
She said she gonna do what to.
For me, yeah, I'm gonna do it before my daughter will. If she don't say it, I'm gonna say it for you. So if you don't want me to do it, you better do it.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Shannon? Because you got 3 girls.
I do, and they all different, completely different. So, like you said, with your boys, you handle it this way, because my oldest are basketball players, and then my youngest is very outspoken, cheerleader type girl. So she's dealing with different things than my older daughters. But I think just, you know, like you said, knowing how you can speak to them, how they reciprocate the things that you say to them. So, like I said, just speaking to them about their situations and telling them, this is how you should handle it. Or right now, we've gone a little bit closer, so she tells me more things, and so I'm loving that now. But I'm just telling her, this is how you should handle it this way, or this should you handle it this way. She's gonna do what she thinks is right, but I'm just giving her advice of like, this is how you should do it, and then she'll come back like, I told you this is what's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
So now you can maybe listen to mom when I tell you something, but
they still don't want to listen.
right.
They got to do their own thing first.
Exactly.
They gotta bump their head.
No, I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you whether you listen or not. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
But then she'll remember, okay, mom was right at that situation. So then, just letting her know that she can call me if there's a situation. Not like, oh my God, I'm gonna call mom. She's gonna be so mad at me. But oh my God, I need to call my mom. She'll help me with this situation. So.
What about you, Tasha? You look like you got something.
Oh, So, my daughter is a little bit of a different situation, so it's a little more challenging. So, I really have to just practice patience a lot with her. I have to be patient, and I have a hard time not, like, if she's not in touch with reality, I can't be there with her. I can't sugarcoat anything, so that's how we butt heads. So, I literally have to tell her like it is and keep it moving because she doesn't like it, but I can't be not in touch with reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that takes me back to when I said earlier, like, it takes a village. Y'all remember back in the day, I never personally experienced getting whoopings all the way down the street till I got home.
I had.
But we heard of those instances, like with our parents. I remember my parents, like, you had to hear from this person, and then when you get home, then you're going to get it again. And I think with us, that's another thing that we really come together with as friends is that's our safe place. And we need to vent about our children or life is lifing, then we give one another that space. And it's not judgmental. It's not with the bias. And sometimes we don't even have to give any feedback back. It's just like, I'm having a rough day, and let me tell y'all what I'm dealing with. And we sit there.
That safe place,
and just get it out.
Once you establish that, you don't want to mess with that. So once you have it, you cherish it.
Yeah.
And you don't play with that.
I would also say too, part of girl code is because we're all in relationships, married or dating, but there's an unspoken respect that we all have for our spouses and companions as well, right? And so I like to think when we get out, we're not being loose. We're not being disrespectful. Ain't no twerking and all that craziness. We legitimately out just to support one another, love on each other, because as parents, baby, you got to get a break. You have to get that reset. And y'all know my favorite reset is dancing. So I'm like, where are we going? Because I need to dance. I need to get this out. I need to reset. But being in that environment it just keeps me, it addresses all my needs holistically. It gives me, again, I can't use the word enough, like that safe place, that refreshing place that I know at any given moment I could call Tiff if I need to, and she's going to show up, If I need to pull up, like I need a minute, she's going to make time. We all make time for what we want to make time for. I remember being sick, or even you being sick, or me being sick, and I come home and it's you've left something on my porch for me. And Tasha, you've always just been super supportive. Even when I've had friends at the hospital ill, I'm like, hey, go pull up on my people. And you always make sure that you take care. I mean, it's just something that we have for each other. Your daughter has shown up for me. Your daughter has shown up for me. Your daughter has shown up for me. You and your daughter have shown up for me. So I think I want you ladies to know today that I'm blessed to call you my friends. It's not a word that I use lightly. And even though I have you here, there are a few others that I hold very near and dear to my heart as well. But when I think about my sister squad, this, my darling, is the sister squad. And you ladies meet every aspect, whether it's spiritual, emotional, psychological, mental, financial. You've just always proven to be there and consistent. And I know specifically for y'all two, even before I was able to grow my relationships with Tasha, Shannon, and Tasha, Like, y'all held me down through some rough times in my life. And I promise you, I'm not going to cry because I'm a thug.
Keep it together. Keep it cute.
But had I not had you ladies, and I'm saying this just for the record because my love language is words of affirmation. So every single one of y'all know. Every time we get together, I'm like, I got a toast. Ding, ding, ding. I got a toast. And I got to tell everybody how much they mean to me and how much I love you.
Every single time.
Let me be great.
That's why we love you. We know this about you. We love you for it. So
You just be like, okay,
we prepare ourselves. We know it's coming. Yeah.
But I want to tell y'all on the record in this forum that I love you. And I appreciate the support from all of you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you being the shoulder for me to cry on, the listening ear. You check me. Woo, child. This one, like, come here. But I love you for that. We all need that friend that's going to hold us accountable.
Yeah, sure.
And you be on me.
That's tough love.
You be on me. And so I know when not to call you. When I don't want to hear it. I mean, that's the truth. But also at the same time, even when I try to avoid it, you know me well enough. Like, hey, what's going on? What's going on with you? And we have those conversations and you get me together. And I love, like, literally, I love y'all. And I appreciate you. And I thank y'all for dealing with me because, honey, I'm a lot. I'm a lot. But going back to earlier, just saying that has been dissension. We've had our different periods of time when we just didn't agree on something, and when we had to talk through it, and maybe we took a step back for a minute. But at the end of the day, y'all know I have your back. You know I'm showing up for you, and look at us now because it's respect and it's genuine and it's pure love, and we have each other's back. So when I think about sisters and I think about girl codes and I think about what keeps us bonded, this is what I see. This is what I see. And each of you have opened your hearts to welcome the others in. And I just love y'all for that. I do. So thank you. But before we go.
She gets warm and
I know
fuzzy.
she's getting
warm and fuzzy.
I'm thumbed down to life. Y'all gotta keep up. It's a lot. Y'all know it's a lot. So, but before we go, I asked you ladies to come with your affirmations. It's a thing. So if we can start, I'll start with Janae here in the front. We'll go Tim and we'll come around this way. If y'all would be kind enough to affirm yourself. Look into the camera.
Hey, y'all, hey. I am educated. I am a mother. I am courageous.
Yes.
Yes, I love that. Oh man, if I had to sum it up in 3 words, I would definitely say I am resilient. I am loving, and I don't know. I just do what I can. I just keep going. I don't let things get me down. Life is life. You just gotta keep going. So again, that resilience is it's in me. So I guess that's what I would say.
Awesome.
I would say that I don't stress out over things that I can't control. And I tell myself every morning, like, if I can't control it, I'm not going to stress out over it. I am a woman of action and service, and that's my love language.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So I would say I'm a devoted wife and mother. I hold the key to my happiness. I know my worth, and I'm worthy for whatever I desire. And I'm surrounded by love.
Don't be trying to show us up.
Today and every day, I gotta say that today and every day I am blessed.
Yes.
Blessed.
Okay, since I'm on the spot, I guess like everybody else, first and foremost, I am a mother.
Yes.
I guess for me, my love language is helping.
Yes.
So by nature, I am definitely a helper. And I would say special.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Thank y'all again. One last request. I know I always gotta be extra. I need for somebody to look into that camera and encourage Let somebody know, girl, you're going to be all right. It's okay to embrace women. It's okay to be a good friend. Help somebody who may be experiencing a challenge in their life as far as their friendships may be concerned.
I just have one thing really small to say, and I think it goes along and it makes a difference in my life, but every morning you start your morning off with a grateful heart. We have so much to be grateful for. We're blessed in so many ways beyond measures. And so when you start your morning off just being grateful and thinking all those things and say thank you, you know your day is going to be so much better.
Yeah, that's good. Anybody else?
That was awesome, because one thing that I was going to say too is don't look at life as far as, what you don't have, or, places that you're, haven't been, or things you haven't done yet. You have to be grateful for what you have accomplished. You have to be grateful for, what you do have, because if you constantly dwell on the things that you don't have, or that you want to do and haven't done yet, you always going to stay in a negative space. So always be thankful of the things that you have, because a lot of people may not have that.
Absolutely.
So again, like you said, just be grateful.
Yeah, everybody's path is different. Everybody's timing is different. So no matter, if Kamika's had this great opportunity, we're going to celebrate her. We're not going to be jealous, but our time is going to come as well. So just know everybody's time is different, and your time will come as well.
And that's where those words of affirmation come, because you set those goals. You see people with things and they may not be real, but create your own goals.
Yeah. That's
Always
good.
be true to yourself.
Got to be, baby.
You gotta be great for yourself and be great for anybody else.
That's it. And I tell people that all the time, like, you have to love yourself first before you can love. And that's easier said than done when you have a group of women who just give selflessly, sometimes to our detriment. But you have to love yourself before you love anybody else. So this has truly been a blessing for me today. I am full. My heart is overjoyed. I love these women, and it's been a long time coming. I've shared a very intimate and very special place in my heart with you all today. I hope that something was said or done to encourage you in your walk with your friendships and your relationship with your daughter. But until next time, please have an amazing day intentionally. Let's get it. Hey, let's grow. Bye.